Hello and welcome to yet another episode at You Are Human. I am so grateful to each one of you for tuning in. You guys are my greatest support. So thank you. The famous American actor, Christopher Reeve, he has said that once we have hope, once we choose hope, anything is possible. The Superman has said it himself. And I'm sure a lot of us experience it too. Hope takes us such a long way. My today's guest has, with the power of hope and with the power of her mind, battled cancer. She is a Reiki master, yoga instructor, a mental health advocate, and a plant lover. Please welcome Rajam Mulkar. Hi, Raj. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the show. It is such an honor to be doing this conversation with you.
Thank you so much for having me. And I absolutely love the quote about hope. It's just beautiful.
And I think, on a daily basis, we are hoping every single second, if you see. When we sleep in the night, for the next day, we're hopeful, isn't it? That we will wake up and we're going to do like 10 or 1,000 different things that we're already planning to do.
Yeah.
So I believe there's nobody on this planet that says, oh, I'm not a hopeful person, because deep inside, we're all hoping, isn't it?
Yeah. Hoping, planning. Yeah.
Yes. Raj, I want to start this conversation with a question, which I think is not a question per se, it is more of an emotion. It is more of a practice, which I reckon both of us feel for it so strongly, and that is gratitude. I want to know at this point in time, in this moment, what are you grateful for?
That's actually one of my favorite topics about gratitude. And it's nice to actually start this conversation on such a positive note about gratitude. So for now, at this point, I feel grateful that I am alive. I'm here, and I'm talking to you. So that at this point of time, I'm really grateful to be here talking to you.
Yes, actually, I think that we tend to not live the moment, and not realize what we have instead of trying to pursue things. There's nothing wrong in pursuing or chasing things, but I think it's so important to recognize the moment and recognize the amount of abundance that we have in that particular moment.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I mean, so it's not a bad thing to plan. It's good to plan. So
Mm,
you already have things lined up for you. It is inspiring as well that
mm,
you have a plan A, you have plan B, you have these things looking that you have to look forward to, and that's amazing. That's great. But when we do that, I feel like you tend to miss the present.
yeah,
So so actually grounding yourself to the present moment to actually realize that you have just now. This is the only time you have. You don't have the past. You don't have the future. And in the end, we tend to either live in the past or you tend to live in the future.
mm,
But it's really important to actually come to this present moment, to just ground yourself and know that, okay, you know what? This is the only time I have. And just ground yourself into the moment and just enjoy that. Bring all your senses to this time that you have.
right. Have you always been someone who has taken notice of the moment or live one day at a time? Or have you been someone who is, no, I need to know what's going to happen in the next 5 years. I need to have my 10-year calendar plan. Which category do you follow in?
Oh gosh, you know it. I have been a big planner, like big planner. 5 years, 10 years, 6 months, 1 month. Like I have files and spreadsheets and plan A, plan B, plan B of plan B. Like, yeah, I have that even from like when I was in school. So I have all of that sorted, which now slowly I'm deleting, which is not a bad thing actually. It's good. It's
Yes.
good to plan.
Yeah.
But then now after going through my treatment and just realizing that if we actually don't think just about the now, we will have so many plans. We'll have plan A, plan B, plan C. So we won't be putting all our effort into the plan A.
Hmm.
We won't be thinking, okay, this is the one thing that's going to work for you. No, you think, okay, if this doesn't work, I have this. If
Yes.
this doesn't work, I have this. So
Yeah.
you invariably break down your efforts into all these different things, thinking that your first plan is not going to work, which is not what you want because you want that thing to work. It not only takes away from all your energy, but it also takes away from the present moment.
True, true. And I think we even
So
tend to then attract negativity by coming up. There's nothing wrong in having a plan B, but then we're not trusting the plan A. We don't have faith that, yes, this will work out.
yeah, absolutely. So as I said before, I was always a planner, big time planner. And again, it's it's good to have plans because then it's not like, okay, I have all this money and I don't plan for it. I don't have investments or anything. I'm just going to spend it all up. Plan. It's a good thing. You should have a long-term plan, but you should
Yes.
be in the present moment. You
Right.
should be thinking about the now, and that's what I'm doing now. Like I'm trying to. You're human, right?
Yes.
And that's what the podcast is about, being human. So
Yeah.
it's fine to err. It's fine, but
Right.
just slowly, gently, with love, bringing myself back and saying, okay, let's work towards this one thing.
Yes.
And if it doesn't work, we'll think about it later. But we're
Right.
working towards it one thing.
Right.
And once we do that, we realize that doors tend to open up because you don't have any other fallback or you don't have any other thing that if this does not work, I'll have this. Because that's what's taking all your effort. That's what's taking all your energy and thought. And new things open up and you see new different possibilities and new connections. The things that are meant to work for you will come to you. Yeah. And things that are not meant to be for you, they just leave you, whatever it is. Whether it's a thought, whether it's a person, whether it is an event, like anything, you kind of create that magic for yourself. Right. Is what I feel.
Creating magic for yourself. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, because as children, they believe in the magic. Like I was talking to my niece and she's reading all about these magical things that are happening and she believes in magic. And I was just thinking to myself the other day, what about, as adults, we just forget.
Right.
As we grow, society and our environment, everything around us, they're just very result driven. Yeah, they're very result driven. And in that, we tend to forget about the magic. We tend to forget about what our minds can do. Just the whole thought. It just starts with one thought, whether it's positive or negative.
Absolutely.
And so I believe in magic. I believe in the magic of the mind.
Yes, magic is amazing. And it is so true that the mind is the one that can make us feel good, bad, ugly. Mind is the one that plays the biggest tricks. Mind is the one who can comfort us. Mind is the one who can disturb us. No? Isn't it? And we tend to lose the battle with our mind. If we can control our mind, we can win the battle. There is no problem.
Yeah, you're right. So I think that there is no, like with our mind, there is no right or wrong. There's no positive or negative. I think of the mind as like this tiny 3-year-old who's scared, who doesn't know. And the only way to protect itself is just hop on to different things, just like jump around because it's agitated, it's scared. Yes. So it's our duty to just go in and just say, hey, what would you do to a 3-year-old if a 3-year-old is scared? Just take it, you hug it, and they say, it's fine, it's okay, you're scared. Yeah. It's a scary world.
Yeah.
And once you do that, you'll automatically realize, hey, we're on the same team. So everything starts with that thought. The mind doesn't think it's positive or negative. It's a thought. And whatever you think, it believes it.
Yeah.
And that's why it gets agitated. Even when we are happy, we're excited. Even that's a state of agitation.
Right.
But our mind doesn't distinguish whether it's positive thought or if it's a negative thought. It's a thought.
How did the power of mind help you through your journey battling cancer?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. So I moved from one spectrum to the other spectrum. So I mean, it's natural. Like once I got my diagnosis, I questioned everything. Like, I've been doing yoga, I practiced on a regular basis, not only for my body but for my mind. And I was like, I didn't think positive thoughts. How can this happen? So I moved from a spectrum. Before I used to be, before the diagnosis, I was completely believed in energy and universe, and I manifest everything. To after the diagnosis, okay, you know what? I don't believe in anything. Whatever I'm doing, it's probably fake, or I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm on the wrong path.
Hmm.
From there, it probably lasted for a day or maximum 2 days. And I, through events, through people, because I was still practicing gratitude, I was still practicing forgiveness, I got back again and got back to my original path of yoga, using different techniques, different breathings, and all the practices to actually come back up again and battle, the entire treatment, because the treatment is harsh. And
Hmm.
I got back to, like, I would say, like a 2.0 version, like a completely believing in
Hmm.
the whole power of gratitude, forgiveness, mental health, yoga, breathing, everything that you do for yourself. And I
Hmm.
feel like what I was practicing before
Hmm.
was what actually helped me through the treatment.
Right.
And one of the things was, like, one specific thing that I do want to mention was, when we talk about the power of the mind and magic of the mind, we hear a lot of different magic stories, right? I've heard so many stories that somebody was diagnosed and then magically,
Hmm.
it was clear without anything. And but these are stories,
Hmm.
and you think, okay, that's not going to happen to me.
Hmm.
But that happened to me, on a completely different, on a different scale. As in, I was hospitalized because my bone marrow was suppressed, and the blood levels were low. And my doctor said, you will probably need a blood transfusion. We
Hmm.
will do the blood work again in 6 hours,
Hmm.
and you have this. In the 6 hours, they had to do some different types of tests and everything. So I was in the hospital. And a friend of mine, again, she's a big mental health advocate, and she helped me through the meditations when I couldn't do them myself during the treatment and everything. So she gave me a call saying, I called home, I'm not able to reach you, what's going on? And I told her, okay, this is the situation. And she was the one who guided me through meditation, where you can actually talk to your body. It's called a submarine meditation. I said, okay, you know what? You have to first of all believe that you do need a blood transfusion. The blood levels will come up.
Hmm.
And I was talking to her. I'm saying, how can it just magically come up? They're just dropping and dropping and dropping. So okay, let's just forget that. Let's do a meditation where you can talk to your body. You want the blood levels to come up, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Let's do meditation. It's a submarine meditation where you put your consciousness into your submarine
Hmm.
and you're inside your body. Just talk to yourself like how you talk to somebody else. Like, hey, you know what? Walk together. Hey, I need the blood levels to go up. Just visualize. My background is in biotechnology, so I have the background to actually
Hmm.
go in and figure out where my organs are. So, so if those of you who don't know, you can just look at the picture or look at an image of what your organs need to look like. Go into your body, talk to your body that, hey, you know what? I want you guys to function a little bit more. In times of distress, why don't we just like up the game a little bit? That'll help you guys. And yeah, I did that. And throughout the time, she kept talking to me. Throughout the meditation, she kept talking to me. What do you feel about this? What do you feel about
Hmm.
this? And when I got out of the meditation, I felt like, okay, you know what? This is working. I will not need a blood transfusion.
Wow.
Within, as I said, 6 hours, I got my blood work. All the levels were up. And it was like magic because everything was ready on the hospital front to give me the blood transfusion.
Wow.
But I didn't do anything. I just did the meditation and I believed. And
That you
that's
wouldn't need
magic,
it.
right? I mean, yeah, that I wouldn't need it. And it did work. And I'm like, I have the first time experience that magic actually works. I just wanted to put it out there that if you believe things will happen for you, whatever it is, whether it's in your body, whether it's in a relationship, whether it is in your, the way you look, anything you want. It's one thought,
Hmm.
one strong belief, and the universe is going to make it happen for you.
Yeah. There's so much power in the power of thinking and the power of believing, as you shared this such a personal experience from your life. And thank you so much, for sharing it, because it is so impressive. It is so amazing, surprising. I know we hear it, but when we experience it, it's a different ball game altogether. Because when somebody says, oh, like for an example, being on a roller coaster ride, that, oh, the adrenaline rush, or somebody went bungee jumping, be like, oh, you know what? It's amazing. Okay, you know it. Yeah, it looks amazing, looks scary, amazing, fine, whatever. But when you do it, and then you're like, hell yeah, This is how it is. This is how freeing it is. So again, coming back to your anecdote and your experience, it just gives me so much more belief in belief. I'm believing.
Beautiful, yeah.
No, I'm just so much more encouraged to say to myself that no, things will happen. If my mind is trying to trick me in a negative way, or if somebody says, no, you can't do this, oh, God forbid if tomorrow, like, just to give you an example, these days, COVID has become such a big scare. Everybody is afraid of COVID. And believe me, even I have gone through my share of anxiety just because I've interacted with someone who has tested positive after a couple of days. And sometimes I've done the math. I haven't even met that person for like over 3 weeks. And still I am anxious. I'm stressed. I'm worried. Oh my God, what if I get COVID? So, that is the play of the mind, because then the mind is saying, oh, what if you get it? And then I lose that much time in affecting my health with the anxiety, with the stress, whereas I had nothing. I have nothing. But still, we played. And a person like you who had it, the doctors said, listen, there's a problem. But you went in, you spoke with your mind, and you took your mind to every part of your body and you corrected it. So there's so much power in it. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this.
Thank you. Yeah, no, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Like,
Right?
honestly, like, just whatever you want, it's there. The universe is there, and there's so much for, like, it's abundant. It's there for everybody. You can just
Everybody.
get what you want. Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's even about success, because sometimes we get worried that, oh, how come that person is being more successful? And, we sometimes, because we are human at the end, so we do tend to pray for the non-success of, or, no, 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 I want to get this. Or say in a project, I want to get this project. But it was very recent when I read this quote saying that the universe is so huge and there is growth, there is room for everybody's growth. So it's not just, oh, I will only grow, if somebody else grows I won't grow, because there is so much, so much, so much room. So yeah, I think.
Yeah. And you're living in scarcity then, because if you think that, oh, that person has it, but I don't have it, but you live in scarcity.
Hmm.
You should be happy that that person has it.
Yes.
And if you want to aspire to do that, you can aspire to do that, keeping that aside, because
Right.
it's not linked. And there's
Right.
so much available, as you said, there's
Hmm.
so much available for everybody,
Yes,
everybody.
yes, yes. I
Yeah.
think we all should take joy in the other person's success, because they say when one person's happy, if the other person's happy as well, the happiness doubles. And these
Yeah.
days, I think the mistake that we make is that we're trying to double the negativity and not double the positivity that we have.
Mm,
That's where we
yeah.
find the world going all haywire. We see more poverty, we see more crime, we see. I think because it's a collective effort, right? If collectively we all tend to be more positive, those vibrations will affect each other, isn't it? Do you believe in
Yeah.
vibrations? Do
Yeah.
you believe in the power of energy and vibrations?
Oh, big time, big time. And it starts from within. It starts from within. It starts from how you talk to yourself, or what thoughts you have. It starts from a very small level. And how you talk to yourself is how you will talk to somebody else as well.
How do you
Yeah.
talk to yourself these days? Okay, tell me something. How were you talking to yourself before? Like, I'm sure we always run a comparison when life hits us with something big, and we get a lot of learnings out of it, right? And then we know, okay, me pre this, me post this. So have you ever run this comparison of yourself? Or maybe it's not a comparison, it's more like an introspection about yourself. Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
so
absolutely.
how did you talk to yourself before, and how do you talk to yourself now?
So it's not like two different things, but I would say it's a learning process. Like in the beginning, I was not as aware, I would say. I was aware. I was aware of what thoughts I had,
Hmm.
but it was not as mindful, I would say, as what it is now. So I was
Hmm.
actually reading different types of books, and there's one book which I kept in handy because I really highly recommend this book.
You
It's
can.
called, I don't know if you can see it, or is
Yeah.
it like a mirror?
No, I can
Okay.
say it.
It's
Yes.
called, you can see it? Okay. It's called You Can Heal Your Life by Louis Saint. It was written in the 1980s. And it's all about how the mind can function in a way that you want it to, like just based on what I actually said.
Yeah.
So I hadn't come across this book before. And what I was like before, it would be like, okay, I want to aspire to do this, I want to do this, and I want to work on this, which is
Mm.
good. It's good. I want to work on this. But now it's like what I am right now is amazing. Like, that's like when you're brushing your teeth, we're in your pajamas, hair is all messy. There's like, you're brushing your teeth, so there's like toothpaste drool over
Yes,
you, and you're like,
yes.
hey, this person is a rock star. You are awesome. And if you believe that, and I want like everybody to feel that who you are, who you're looking at in the mirror is amazing. And if you believe that, and if you truly practice that every day, I feel like if things that are not meant for you in your life at that point of time will leave you,
Mm.
and if things that are meant to come in, you'll open doors automatically. And I'm not just saying it's like magic portion,
Mm.
but because of your belief, you will open your own possibilities. Like, you will do things that serve you better. You will
Yes.
reach out to people who will help in your growth, or you will let go of a relationship which is not working for you, or anything in your business, in your finance, in your personal, anything.
Mm.
So just like love everything about yourself.
So, there is something that if I have all the skills, I have all the credentials, I have the caliber, but if I don't believe that I have all of this, that I can do it, I will not be able to do it. And when I have seen people who don't have the degrees, who just believe, they are just so strong in their mind saying, I will crack this, I will do it, this is meant for me. And they do it. So I feel that
They do it.
so many times we hold ourselves back thinking, oh, maybe I am not enough. I'm not ready, or I do not match what is required. So many places, right? Be it at work, be it even within the family. Am I a good son? Am I proving myself right? Like, we question and doubt ourselves constantly. So I absolutely love what you said, that whatever we see in the mirror, however we see ourselves, that person is a rock star. That person is awesome. And once we start saying it to ourselves, because we are a rock star in general, we are perfect. I always say that the one who has created this universe, who created the sun, the moon, the river, the mountains, they're perfect, right? And that creator has created me. So how can I be imperfect? I am perfect too. I do not,
I love that.
right?
I
So,
love that.
but yeah, there are times when we do self sabotage, our morale is down, our self esteem is down. But I think we just need these small affirmations, to tell us that, hey, you know what? You rock. You got this.
Yeah. Because your body believes what you tell it. Like, like your body will just listen to everything. So if you tell your body you're amazing, it's okay, you're amazing. Yeah, I am
Yes.
amazing. If you say, okay, no, I'm not good. Okay, you're not good. Fine. We'll make things happen, but to affirm that you're not good. So
Right.
it's just whatever, there's nothing negative, there's nothing positive. It is a thought.
Yeah.
And it is that belief.
Hmm.
And whatever you believe is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And everything you say to yourself, your body will just agree and say, yeah, okay, yes,
Yes.
you are right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen. Whether it's
Yeah.
good or it's bad.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just one thought.
Yeah, and I so loved the fact that you used a child as an example, to represent the mind. And now, when you were talking about the body, I felt the same thing, that maybe the body is also like a child. Tell the child it's a day, the child will be like, oh yeah, this is a day, because a baby does not know. We teach them, right? So similarly, our
Yeah.
mind and our body, we need to, as they say, we need to unlearn a few things, and probably teach the right things to ourselves, say the right things
Hmm.
to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Every thought, everything that comes into your mind, just think about it. Whether is that working for me? Is
Mm.
that is that conducive? Or just saying that, oh, you know what? It's all about love. Just love and accept. That's it. Just love and
Right.
accept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But acceptance takes time, right? Have you ever had a conflict between reality and accepting the reality?
Yeah. So one of the biggest events that happened was the cancer diagnosis.
Mm,
Accepting is really important. So when I say, okay, accept, it's not like, okay, it happened to me, oh, I have cancer. No, it is hard. Things are hard. Life will throw you curveballs, and not only on a big scale. It can be anything, like it's COVID times, or maybe something related to work, anything. And give yourself that time to just accept it.
mm,
So for me personally, I gave myself 7 days to 10 days, and I said, okay, I'm going to dwell because it's a big thing. I do not expect this, and I'm just going to dwell. Just accept it by letting the emotions out. So cry or shout or just question everything, question the universe.
mm,
Give yourself that time. Talk to people, talk to your family, vent, anything. But then I had a cutoff point saying, okay, that's it. And I told, obviously my family, my parents, my husband, my sister, I told them, okay, if I'm still here, you just like pick me up. So it's really important to also surround yourself with a conducive environment, to have a good support system, to have things that you can, if you fall, if you have the tip, to to have that kind of system to pick you up.
mm,
Um, so yeah, accepting is about acknowledging. First thing, to
mm,
acknowledge,
mm,
to give yourself that time. After the time is gone, say, okay, now what can I do to come back up? And
mm.
that's the shift. That's the
Right.
shift in the gear, when you have to think, okay, what do I have around myself to help pick myself up?
Mm,
And it doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't have to be, okay, I have to just get back normal day and go to work, do this normal schedule. No, it might be hard depending on the news you have. It'll be
mm,
hard.
mm.
So you can just break down the day. 5 minutes. Sometimes even 5 minutes is hard. Like the first day when I decided to pick myself up, I'm like, oh my God, can I deal the 5 minutes? Can I deal with this 5 minutes? So just take 1 minute, 2 minutes. And then you
Yeah.
will realize, okay, I can do this 5 minutes. I can do 10 minutes. I
Yeah.
can do 1 hour.
Mm,
And just slowly you will see that shift. But it's just a shift between dwelling and
mm.
then coming up. That
Right.
part is acceptance. That part is what's important. And to surround yourself with a conducive environment and a
Right.
support system. Yeah,
Yes, I think that is so
that's the acceptance.
important. And God's grace, you've been blessed with such a great support system. And I
Yeah.
think that's such a blessing having your family with you, because a lot of people go through challenges with nobody to fall back on and they have to fight the battle. Of course, you had to fight it on your own, but I feel that when you have family, you have parents, you have spouses, who are there to vouch for you, to be your cheerleaders, and they're like, no, you can do this, you got this. And I think it makes the battle half won. You won the battle almost
Oh,
because, yeah.
oh, big time. So my sister sent me a box where my niece had written on a big, it's like it's a big chart. She said, "Hey, Masi, you're my rock star," and that's what I hung up. This is the first thing I see when I got up, because some days I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm too tired," I cannot. And I look at that, I'm like, "Hey, I am a rock star. Okay, you know what? I got this." So yeah, it's not. It's like I think that 90% of the battle, because while you have such a strong support system,
Yes, yes,
so
yeah.
yeah.
So that was like your affirmation written by your niece. Something for you to look at every single day. That is so amazing. God bless her. Lastly, Rajam, I wanted to ask, you talked about forgiveness. Just sometime back, you were narrating about the episode with your friend, how she made you go through to talk to your body, and how this entire experience also taught you about forgiveness. When we talk about forgiveness, or when you talked about forgiveness over here, did you mean forgiving yourself, or forgiving this experience that has happened to you, or forgiving somebody else? Can you just elaborate on that?
I think it's a mix of everything. So it can be event, person, yourself, because you tend to hold a lot of things in your body, and many times you don't even know that you are holding that.
That's
Like
true.
just for example, like just close your eyes and just tell me, are you holding in your jaw? How is your jaw? Or how is the space between your eyebrows? How are your shoulders? Are you holding anywhere?
No, not right now. But with my eyebrows, like between my eyebrows, I do feel like a heaviness. Maybe because I have my headphones
Okay.
on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily that it's a mental thing, which it could be, as you said, your headphones. But at any given point of time, that's like a quick
Check.
realization. Just close your eyes and just notice. Yeah, quick hygiene. Just where are you holding? And that's one of the things that you are probably holding. It could be resentment, it could be guilt, it could be anger, it could be anything. And many times we don't even realize that we are holding it.
Hmm.
And that's like a quick check. It starts from within. Yeah, first thing is, as I said, self acceptance. Because many times we think, oh, this happened to me because of that.
Hmm.
You're not a victim all the time. You have created that environment for yourself.
Hmm.
You're not a victim. You have created that thought. You have created the relationships. You have created all of that, and that's within you.
Hmm.
So the first thing is to love yourself, to accept yourself, and to know you are not a victim. And that's where it begins. Begins from yourself, and then slowly you'll realize, okay, the things that you're holding, maybe you're not holding that anymore, or
Yeah.
maybe you'll be aware of a person or an event or anything that you've not forgiven. It's a
Hmm.
process.
Hmm.
Over time you have new experiences. It's a process to cleanse, to let it
Hmm.
go.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Wow. This has been amazing. And I personally I feel that when I forgive someone, there is a sense of within me. Like it's like I sigh. It's like a heaviness from my chest has gone just because I was holding on so much grudge against someone or a disliking for someone because of what he or she has done. And there have been times when I have had to forgive myself because we are all not perfect. There are certain karmas that I have done, certain decisions that I have made that have led to something which wasn't the best thing, something that I'm not proud of. And there are so many times when I would go back to that doing and I'll be like, how the hell could you do that? How the hell could you do that? But today I know, given the same circumstances, would I still do that? No. It was a Jagruti who did it in the past. Am I still the same Jagruti? Is the present Jagruti similar to the one in the past who did that mistake or who did that particular karma? No. Then I say, okay, let go. You need to forgive that Jagruti. You need to, pay attention to the Jagruti in the present. Because there are so many times when it was again in the past, and believe me, it has required so much consistent effort and hammering to myself that let go. And I think that it is so important to forgive our own selves.
Why not change the term from hammering to love?
To love, yes.
Lovingly, yeah.
Lovingly
And
reminding
you know what?
myself.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Like
about
even I was
how
talking to a
we
friend
talk.
of mine.
This is again how we talk to ourselves, the words we use to communicate with ourselves. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like, you know what? I have to meditate every day for my peace of mind. And she's like, why are you imposing? I said, I'm not imposing. What's the have to?
Hmm.
Why is there a have to? Why not use a different term? Do this because this makes me feel good.
Hmm.
Not that I have to, because that becomes an imposition as well. So even these little things
Hmm.
like a should
Hmm.
imposition to meditate.
Hmm.
Whereas meditation is liberating, where it's going
Hmm.
inwards. It's just
It's
for
like,
yourself, taking time
let's
for yourself.
meditate. Let me do this. Not that I have to
Yeah.
meditate, not I should meditate. Let me meditate. It's good for me, sir.
This will make me feel good. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's do
And
it.
you know, when you were talking about the forgiveness, you said it's a, and I liked that you said that because that's with the breath, right? And how
Yes.
the breath anchors you. And I was like, that's the perfect way to explain the forgiveness with your breath without saying anything.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Coming from a yoga teacher like yourself, because I'm sure yoga is so much to do with the breath work. And Rajam, you were telling me that you have prepared a little something like an exercise for me and for everybody who is listening or watching. So, do you think we're ready to start with that?
Yeah, let's do it. Absolutely. And yeah, I am a yoga teacher, but I think we're all students. So we always learn from each other. So yeah, okay. So this is a breath practice. If
Mm-hmm.
for those of you who are not able to resonate with all the things that we've said, or even with all of that, that's not working, this is the technique. It's simple breath work, which can help ground people, or release anxiety, just cleanse. Or it can be like a normal daily hygiene that you can just do anywhere. 5 minutes on the bed, on the table, on the chair, on the couch, on the mat, wherever you want. Just keep making sure
Anywhere
that
it's possible.
you're
Yeah.
just making sure that your spine is straight, and that's all. You don't need
Okay.
anything. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, awesome. So just close your eyes and just relax your shoulders. So make sure you're not like hunched up, but there's a lot of space between your shoulders and your ears. And just relax your entire body. And now just bring awareness to your breath without altering anything. Notice how you feel in your breath, how shallow your breath is, or how long your breath is. And see where your head falls. Like, is your head between your shoulders, and is your shoulders right on your pelvis? Try to lengthen your spine a little bit and make sure your head is over your heart is over your pelvis, your back is straight. And now gently take a deep breath in. Big breath. Biggest breath you've taken all day. Big loving breath. And exhale completely. Just empty your lungs out. It's like a big hug for your body. Inhale, big breath. And then you exhale completely. We'll do that just one more time. Inhale, big breath in your abdomen, in your chest. And exhale, just empty, 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 empty. Beautiful. Okay. So just open your eyes, and I will just talk about the practice. This is called Anulom Vilom or Nadi Shodhana. Alternate nostril breathing. So you breathe in through one nostril and you breathe out through the other nostril. And then you breathe in through the same nostril and you breathe out through the other one. So I will guide you through the whole thing. We'll just do like a really short practice so that you can just take home and do that wherever you want to do it. So left hand just stays where it is. Or if you want to be technical, you can take a mudra where your index finger and thumb come together. It's called a chin mudra. And the right hand is what we will practice with. So bring your index finger and middle finger, just curl them. Perfect. And just bring it close to your nose. So we just take one breath for nothing. Inhale, big breath in through both your nostrils. And a big breath out through both your nostrils. Now with your thumb, close your right nostril and you inhale through the left. Now you seal your left nostril, open your right, and you exhale through the right. Inhale, big breath through your right. You seal your right and you exhale through the left. Inhale, big loving breath through your left. Seal your left. Exhale through the right, open with your thumb. Inhale through your right, big breath. Seal your right nostril, open your left, and you exhale. Inhale through the left, big breath. Make sure your inhalation is really long. Seal your left, open your right, and you exhale. Long, deep exhalation. Inhale through the right. Seal, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, big breath. Seal, open the right, and you exhale. Inhale through the right, big, big breath. Seal, open the left, and you exhale completely. Slowly release your hands. And if your eyes are closed, keep them closed. If they're open, just gently soften your gaze, or you can close your eyes. And just notice how you feel. Is there any difference from what you felt before the practice or after the practice? Or even if you felt nothing, that's absolutely fine. But just a nice way to ground yourself, to come to your breath, a little bit of self love. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and just can get on with your day.
Wow, this is so good. I had a little bit of a congestion, and I just feel from before and after. I know we just did what, 5 or 6 rounds of breathing from each nostril, and I just feel so much more better when I'm breathing right now.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is the only thing to breath. Imagine how it is affecting our mind, one breath at a time.
Yeah, yeah. One breath at a time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rajam. This was absolutely amazing. I am so grateful to you for sharing your life's journey and this wonderful practice for us to be more grounded and to be more in the moment. Thank you so much. I am so grateful that we had this amazing conversation. And I am looking forward to your journey, expanding to so many more different horizons, so many more different doors, because you yourself are doing so many multiple things. And I'm just so excited to see how you flourish from today and ahead.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was amazing connecting with you and doing this podcast and have all the conversations we've had so far. And yeah, we as a community lift each other up and grow together. As you said, when you share happiness, it doubles. So just lift everybody up and yeah, grow as a community.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, each one of you who's tuned in today. And thank you so much for listening or watching. This has been amazing. I have learned so much from Rajam today. I hope this episode has added even that one new element in your life. It has helped you understand yourself more. It has helped you get inspired in your own unique way. This is the aim of this podcast, and I hope it has reached that. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next episode. Until then, please keep safe and do whatever you wish to do, because life is short. So let's make the most of it. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Yay. And remember, mind is magic.
Mind
Or we
is
can cut that.
magic. Yes, mind is indeed magic. So yeah, let the magic happen. Thank you so much, Raj. Thank you. This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If it has inspired you, even slightly, then please like, share, and comment. See you on the next one. Until then, remember, our time is limited. Let's make the most of it. Keep watching You Are Human on YouTube and listen to these amazing conversations on Spotify and other audio platforms.